since I checked the other side, because it was the light was kind of flashing on and off and I wanted, instead I checked this side. So again, the same thing here. These, as I said, these lights are sold with these. There's a big long pointed end on them, and I don't know what connector they expected to have, but they never, you know, I usually just cut them off because this just, it isn't tight enough, and this is too damaged, it's too squashed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my little job on these where I fit good connectors onto them and mask it up properly, like, you know, with that automotive kind of cloth tape. Like, that's what I'm going to do with this. So two wires come into one, so one wire's going over to the other side, so that's fine. But I can't stand by this unless I do it myself. So that is the only way I think to do it now. Get rid of these lads here. They just don't have a little kind of the connectors, the male connectors are meant, they kind of have a bit of a tab in them, and that's what grips, because these are just pushed in, like they're just, you know, you're relying too much on them, and I think they get a bit weak when you over squash them. So positive, positive, negative and negative. So cut all them off. I'm going to go now with new connectors. So I'll get my strippers. I'm going to use a different wire strippers for that. Now, so there's a storm here now today. Wasn't that bad. Fair winds and rain. Okay. So, negative to negative, positive to positive. So I'm going to go now and cut these off as well. And we'll do the same job as we did across the way there. We'll get a nice bit of piping on it, that kind of tubing, the rubber kind of stuff, the heat treat, and we'll stuff it back down in that, in under the mudguard there. There's a kind of a support coming up there, hollow support, and that's where the wires are going. They did a nice job now in routing them up there, I have to say. It's tidy. Okay, these are actually really nice wires. They're very, very good quality, very strong. So I'll go now and I'm going to have a quick look and see what's the best way, because I have two wires here to cover and tubing. So I'm going to pull them up as much as I can, especially that one there. I'll be able to level it out then later on. I'm better off having as much wire here to work with. Now, that's a bit better. So let's go and get the heat shrink kind of insulated tubing now, and we'll try and do a tidy job on all of this. Okay, so we're ready to pull this up through, I think. Is my light on? Yeah. Pull to one set of wires up anyway. Keep going here and see, pull up the second. It is fairly tight. If we can use this now, we are away. Come on. You're typical. Don't be camera shy. Just down below there. I don't want to go. Well, if there we go. I can rebear a bit of it. It does pull a bit of it off. Now, that is going to be A1, so it is. A1. That's perfect. Okay. So we've got to join the two positives together. So there are the two browns and the two negs together, like so. Now I'm going to have a look through my box of connectors to see what is the best fit for them, and we'll get them connected up. I always prefer to put on the male connectors on here so that you can pull them down if you ever have to, if you ever need to. With a female on, it might just be a little bit too wide. Do the pull test. An uncle of mine worked all his life as a mechanic in Dublin bus, the other side of the country. And they said, when you're putting on these electrical connectors, you should be able to tow a bus with them. It should be that tight. Okay, that's good. I only kind of use these spay connectors where you can't really see them, to be honest with you. I don't really normally use them where you can see them. I usually cut off the blue, and I prefer to heat shrink right up around them. So I'm going to go then, and I'm going to put my automotive tape around this as well. One of them is a little bit, which one is it? A little bit sticky outy there. No, it's not that one, it must be this one. I'll try and level them up a little bit. Okay, so same with this. So female, and we'll go full insulated. What was used before was non-insulated. So I prefer to use the insulated. So with that pulled off the clip, plenty of room to work. So we'll look for a bit of tubing for that. I do have some of this lovely padded stuff. It's I used on the other side as well. So you can put a bit of that on if you want. So we do have two lads to cover, two connectors to cover. So I might cover a bit of this as well, just to cover that. So I'll leave him there, and I'll cut a bit of this there as well. Okay, so we'll pull that up over that. Might be a little bit awkward, the wire's getting stuck in it, and again it might oblige us. So that's good, it's nice stuff that. And then we have a bit of this then heat shrink, so I can actually heat shrink this. I'm only guessing this is what's needed to cover the two spade connectors. Give them a little twist, get all the tronines out of it. So we've got black here, so that's going to be negative. Nice strong wires. Pushed in as you use the pliers. Lovely, beauty. One, two. So we'll do a little connection up here now and make sure these are working. Yes, these are I find these slightly darker blue ones, a lot better quality. So let's turn on the ignition here now and see. One click on the lights, and as you can see there already, it's getting its negative feed through the tractor, so it actually doesn't need this. That's because I'm after earthing under the dash. Remember earlier on in the series there, we found an earth, so it's always good. So the electricity always has this full circuit then, so that's brilliant. Didn't even need that, but I'll put it on, because if you went over a bump or something and that was loose, they would come off. So yeah, I was thinking that the little extra earth to put on there now was going to make a difference. My mammy would be proud of me. Yeah, there you go. They're good and tight there now. I'm happy with that. Now we'll be lucky enough to get this heat shrink. Okay, I'm seeing one thing I want to do. Turn off our lights. Just because they are fully insulated, but you see that little bit there, just be worried it will touch that. So with that in mind, what I'll do is I'll put the camera over here first. I'm just going to get another bit of tubing and actually, like I did on the other side, fully insulate the positive altogether, fully tube it up, say, just in case it ever touched. Or even thought it might want to go over there for a while. It will cause a little bit of a fireworks show. Okay, that's all we're going to need. And again, I can hit this now with a lighter or a heat gun or anything like that, and it'll shrink, it'll grip. Make sure that's going in the right place there. I'm going to pull this back a bit more so we can see what's going on. So put that in there, nice and tight. Pull this back a bit. Little bit awkward, but it's going to apply this. Talk nice to it. So we're in the middle there. I'm going to get a lighter and we'll give him a heat shrink. So this is the one we want to shield away from any form of metal or negative, right? So that's just giving a bit of a heat shrink there. It's just going to grip. You can see it's starting to take the shape there. So when that sets, that'll keep that all nice and safe. Would we be so lucky to get all of that pushed back in there? I might get a screwdriver now and give that a poke and see if we could get all that back in there now. We'd be nearly eligible for Electrician of the Year now, so we would. Sometimes used to kind of grease the wires to help get them in. You end up slipping all over the bloody place. If it doesn't go in, it's no problem. We're going to do a little masking tape on it anyway. This side then, we have a bit more heat shrink just to keep all of this together. Look at that. Just to keep it tied up. And we can pull that in there as well. This is just going to keep everything nice and tight. Okay. A little bit loose there because it's a bit narrow. It doesn't matter. So we'll check our lights one more time. Okay. No loose connections. We can test. So that's lovely. So now we just get our bit of kind of clothy tape. This stuff is basically the closest I can get to the likes of what like Volkswagen and stuff using, or Carlin and stuff. Just looks so much better than masking tape, if you ask me. If you have two people, it's great for them to hold everything. Hold the wire each side, so you get it nice and tight. So. It just gives it that bit more of a kind of a loom look. And that's enough, you don't need to put too much. And then I have a little trick for the very last bit of it there. Surprisingly strong stuff, so I'll just get the super glue. This will stop it unravel, because it does tend to unravel if there's heat. Now there's not going to be, so if it's around an engine I would, or could, put a little dot of super glue on there at the very end, where it might want to think about starting to unravel. I know it looks a little bit bulky, but lads, it's a lot better than the fireworks show that you didn't order. And all that tubing you see, the vibrations and everything, it's just going to, you've so much rubber there and stuff, it's just going to stop all of that from damaging it. Ask me now, that is just a little bit tidier, and more importantly it's safe. So try her one more time, make sure that we're working. All good, no bother, happy with that, delighted.